What is going on, folks? All right, I think we're in business. I think almost. Yes, looking good. All right, folks, the live stream of the Eric Zane Show Podcast brought to you by, of course, sponsors aplenty, A&E Heating and Cooling. Joe Martinez at A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. That is his number. You want to get in touch with Joe. If you get in the weeds, anything heating and cooling wise, he's got you covered. All right. AEHeatingCooling.net, serving all of the West Michigan neck of the woods. He utilizes the Comfort Maker, air conditioners and furnaces, comfort with confidence. Joe Martinez, thank you for being on board with the show. It's been hot as hell, man. Damn it. Is there anything better than when it's like 95 degrees out? Even walking into a house that's cooled only to like 77 degrees is like still ice cubes. Because I'm like a cheap bastard that keeps it like only at 77 because I just don't want to pay for, keeping it down to 67. And then at night, then I splurge because you cannot sweat while you sleep. Is there anything more gross than waking up to like a puddle of slime while you're sleeping? Thank you to Joe for keeping me away from slime. Terrytown RV is the RV dealership of choice on the podcast. They are on division between 68th and 76th Street. Check them out online at terrytownrv.com. Find something you like online, go see it in person. terrytownrv.com for a travel trailer, fifth wheel, motorhome, Class A, Class C, diesel, gas, Sprinter van, you name it, they've got it. They're the biggest. They are the best. They're like screaming to the manufacturers these days, like, hey, would you please make some more? All of America is buying RVs. They even have customers coming in from out of state. Okay, so that is Terrytown RV, online at terrytownrv.com. It is Monday, the 27th of July, 2020. On your mark, get set, go! Thank you very much, Jenny. Welcome in. Here we go. Another glorious adventure that we begin on right now. Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a pain in the ass getting up today. Did you hear that news that Trump said, all right, I'm going to make you get up. I'm going to make you get up and go to work. He said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to end that $600 a week that you've been earning. That's set to expire at the end of the month. Sorry to break the bad news to you. He's like, well, yeah, it makes you want to stay home. If I extend that even further, you're actually making more money at home. He's like, get your ass out there and work. But people are like, fuck, I don't want to, man. Hate to break the bad news to you. We've got a lot of ground to cover on the show today. A Nazi swastika mask. Did you see this? Oh boy, what is up? I mean, people are so dumb. Again, what we've been faced with is the people outing themselves as just being the dumbest people on the planet. We'll get into that. We must stop shooting the messenger. Okay, I'll explain what this is all about. We got teenagers that are like, what the hell? And would can we please get business owners to start policing their business a little more? I know if I owned a business where people were coming in from the street, I would have things in place so that my teenage staff at the ice cream shop would not have to deal with these angry assholes. The statue teardown talk is back, unfortunately. I don't like this. I thought this had fizzled out. It has not fizzled out at all. Damn it. Sorry. We had a socially distant party on Friday with the Zaniacs. Socially distant, sort of. I guess maybe a little. Everybody loves Regis. Oh my gosh, rest in peace, Regis Philbin. Did you hear about this? I think it was 88 years old, veteran. One of the most beloved figures that has ever been in entertainment, for the most part on TV, and just an incredible life. If there's anybody who disliked Regis Philbin, there's something wrong with him. Really, really nice guy, and it just shined through in his life. We'll talk about him in a little bit. A couple interesting things I noticed about Regis was typically when somebody dies like this, I just open up the wiki page and just read it. And it's like, you know what? Find something interesting about this guy that everybody loved. I did. I passed away over the weekend. I'm watching an amazing TV show on HBO. And I cannot wait to talk about it with you as best as I can. I hate like really getting into it and talking specifically, but it's a true story. It's not just based on some events that are similar. It's a true story, minute by minute. So it was to be depicted in a television dramatization, an HBO dramatization, is really saying something. And I don't think that there is that much that was embellished, to steal a term from my dad, in any way, shape, or form. Got a great email that I need to read to you from listener Ken about my discussion last week about Kanye West and the bipolar disorder. Okay, I'm going to get into that. A woman tries to hire a hitman. Now, if you ever think about it, how do you hire? Hiring someone to kill someone is a serious risk. The second you do that and spill the beans on yourself and hire the hitman or think about it or even approach someone about it, you run the risk that they're going to say, yeah, no, I don't think so. Now, I have no idea where I would start if I wanted to hire a hitman. I just look for somebody who looks seedy. Go to the biker bar and pick one guy out and stereotype him and say, he looks like someone who would kill somebody. No. Well, did you know there's a website for it? Kind of. This lady outs herself. Couple things. Zane, why do you have this stupid wrist guard on? Yeah, I know. I self-diagnosed myself. Especially last week when I was at the roving fear bunker. By the way, we are in the Metalworks Body Shop Fear Bunker studio. Forgot to mention that to start the show. Thank you very much to Metalworks Body Shop. In fact, all right. When I was in the roving fear bunker studio, my hands were like higher than normal, and I think I really did something with my wrist, but they extended, and they've been bugging me right at the bottom of the palm, right where the right where the wrist meets. I combined meat and wrist to give you mist. Right where the wrist meets the bottom of the palm. It's been both hands have been like hurting me. The left more than the right, and I'm like, what is going on? And then I read that when you rest the bottom, that spot on anything while you're at a keyboard, you're putting constant pressure on this nerve right here, and this is what carpal tunnel syndrome is. I'm like, holy shit! Well, I think I've got it, and it sucks, man, because you can't do anything, and the second you bump it, if you will, it's dull pain, but it's there, and it's a real nuisance. It just sucks. And supposedly there's some type of surgery they do where they go in and I don't know, I have no idea what they would do, put some type of manipulation, or they cut the tendon. I don't even know what the surgery is, frankly, but I'm like, fuck, I do not want to go under the knife for anything. I am not interested in that in any way, shape, or form. So I'm reading that there are some treatments for it. And one of the things they talk about is this wrist, wrist brace, and it keeps the wrist from moving. And you want to, apparently when you're typing, you're supposed to keep your wrists up high anyway. You're not supposed to do what I've been doing, and that is rest them down. I guarantee you by the time this podcast is done, I'm going to have all sorts of emails from people who suffer from this. On the Green Clean Technologies inbox, Eric at ericzaneshow.com, about what people have had to do to endure this horse shit. But, oh boy, it is not fun. So that's it. And Jackie laughed in my face. She goes, you self-diagnosed yourself? Who does that? I go, well, what do you mean, who does that? That happens all the time. Come on. I mean, it's not like I decided I've got cancer, for God's sake. It's freaking carpal tunnel. It meets all of the criteria. I'm sure that's what it is. And I don't want to go and spend the money on a doc to just tell me what I already know. So I'm being completely stubborn about this till further notice. I'll keep you updated. Speaking of medical things, let's update you on friend of the show, friend of yours, friend of mine, Stu McAllister. All right, Stu was like, I am 100% sure I have COVID. So I've been checking on him twice a day. Morning, night. Stu, how are you? How are you? No change. Still feel like shit. Hurts to breathe. Fever. So he gets the COVID test. And then he reveals to me, not long ago, negative. Does not have it. And then he threw out there that there might be something known as a false positive, which means I don't know how that works. But he's also got some. I don't want to say it, but he had some other friends were speculating that he might have another issue. So basically, Stu is sick as shit, and he's not sure what the hell is going on. But he just feels terrible. So that's all I know. All right. So Stu McAllister and the wrist thing, Friday after the show. What a day it was. My God. I've got some, as I finished the show up on Friday, and we had a hell of a time talking on Friday, there was a list of things that I still had to do, and that was involving my mother and my dad. So I wrapped up the show. I quickly got my act together, and I had to get out on the road to see my mom. Now, it was a little different on Friday, like I said, because I had to basically drive to the old folks' home, towing a car, get to the old folks' home to pick up my mom, take the car off of the ramp as fast as I can, and then drive around the corner to pick up my mom. All right, great. O'Neill is in the RV, generator on, AC on. That all went perfectly. I did everything I needed to do. I even had time to get O'Neill out of the motorhome, take him for a little walk. He makes a caca. It was great. Everything's working out awesome. I don't have to worry about a thing. All I got to do is get my mom to where she needs to go, bring her back, and then all of these moving parts from the week. It was very stressful, but everything had worked out. I was happy with all of that. All I needed to do was see my dad, see Joanne, get my mom to her appointments, and we're done. I pull up there, and it's 1:53, and no Wally, no mom. That's weird. What is going on? How come they're not here? They're always here. So I wait till 1:57. Normally they're there by 10 to 2. I call Wally. Ring, ring. Hello. Hey, Wally, how are you? It's Eric. Oh, not too bad. Sitting around. Watch TV. Oh, okay. Well, are you guys ready? Yeah. We've been waiting for Tiger baseball. You know, we're going to wait a little longer. Game doesn't start till 6 o'clock. Opening day on the road against the Reds. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm here. What are you here for? Well, I'm here to, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I picked up Mom for, scheduled radiation, and that is also today. Holy gee, oh my God, I forgot. Holy crap, oh man. I go, no worries. Just get Mom, and I'll see you in a second. He totally forgot. He lost track of time, forgot, no idea. So I go, shit. They all panic. I cannot believe how quickly he must have just picked my mother up and just body slammed her right into the chair and then ran as fast as he could. I couldn't believe how quickly he got down there. Next thing you know, she's there. My mom's all apologetic. I go, don't even worry about it. It's done. We're gonna get there in time. We're not. It's like 5 after 2. The appointment starts at 2:30. No problem. Get my mom into the car. Buckle her up. Gone. Okay, great. We get to the hospital. Okay. Now this is where it gets a little funny, a little bit more funny. This happens to people when they get on in years. I've talked about this. In fact, on the best of, when I was in Tennessee, I had a bit that I aired with you about when I was at Discount Tire. And there was a lady who was a little older who happened to walk right by me to go. They like, hey, ma'am, so-and-so, your tires are rotated here. It's time to pick up your car. She stands up from the chair next to me. She's 2 chairs away. I'm sitting there with looking at my phone. And she goes walking right in front of me. And with each step, it's actually happening. And she walked right by me and didn't even slow down, didn't acknowledge the flappy, gapy farts that were flying out of her. And she did it right in my face. And I'm like, that is something that people do when they get to that point in their life. And they know it. They don't try to hide it. They just let out a mean, flappy, greasy, bubbly fart. And I'm like, oh, God. That was awful. So I've come to expect this from elderly women. They just don't care. And they also struggle to keep those in because, the equipment isn't exactly a tone. There's not that much strength there to hold them in. Mom's getting out of the car. And, guess what happened? Yeah, it happened. No big deal. This is my mother. She gave birth to me. I was right near that area where it happened the day I was born. Shouldn't be a problem, right? Then I made her laugh because she stands up. Okay, no problem, Mom. Then she starts cracking up because I said, as long as there's no lumps, right, Mom? And she just goes, yeah, lumps. Oh, God. Get her in the chair. Off we go. I set her, okay, I wheel the chair over to the front. We're still outside. Lock the wheelchair. Now I got to put the car away. I don't want to be late. I hate the fact that I'm under this pressure, and then I have to peel out. She's locked into the wheelchair in front of the entrance of the place where she gets the radiation treatment. And then I peel out, I go to the parking ramp. And it seems like I've got this person in front of me as they go. It's packed inside of there. And the lady who's driving the car up the ramp is driving at half a mile an hour and looking for places to park. And it's like, if it takes you that long to process why you look for a place to park and you have to move the car that slowly, you should not be driving. I scream through it like 15, 20 miles an hour up those ramps. It's simple. Just head on a swivel, look. No. If you see one, jam on the brakes and get it in there. This took forever. Okay, so that's slowing me down. Unbelievable stress. I finally get to like level 3 parking spot. Peel in there, take off. I start running through the ramp. I get to the stairwell. Just as I'm about to start going down the steps, this elderly couple decides they're going to get the day's exercise and take the stairs. And I'm like, oh, no. And they're like probably, 5 minutes younger than my mom, okay? And, these two just step. And I just want to just squeeze right by it. I want to shove them down the steps. I'm so sick of them. I'm like, come on. And this took forever. I'm guessing 3, 4, 5 minutes just to get down one flight. This took forever. I end up squeezing by them. run, get my mom. Where were you? Yeah, I had your kind in front of me. Any more farts we need to talk about? No. Okay, great. Go and get screened for COVID. Off we go. We get there late. I was just so nervous, stressed. Mom gets the treatment. Okay, good to go. That's it. Done. So a lot going on. That was a Friday after the show. Then off to Great Lakes. I had so much going on. Things were stacked up, one on top of the other. More on the Great Lakes socially distant sort of party that happened in just a little while. As we get started this show, the Open, Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. They fixed the embellisher. Thank you to them. Irvines.com is the website. Go there. All the amazing reviews from customers that don't have podcasts and say they are the best. And I'm telling you, man, it is. They really did a hell of a job on my dad's truck, and you can have them work on your vehicle too. You have a trusted source. If you like this podcast, please, if your vehicle needs any type of repairs, please take it to Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. They are in West Michigan, along 44th Street. The side street is called Stafford, which is just east by a couple of blocks of 131. All right, you are the best. Baldwin Ace Hardware, the kings of DIY awesomeness in the Northland. They sponsor every moment. We have Diana on the show and key sponsor of the Eric Zane Show Podcast. When you head up north, don't bring anything with you. Just go to Baldwin Ace Hardware, drop in, say hi, get your stuff, and off you go. Thank you, Baldwin Ace Hardware. And how about JM Synthetics? A busy weekend this weekend, Saturday, at Ionia Outdoors. It's a brand new place that is specializing in all the outdoors, fun things that you hillbillies like to do. Ionia Outdoors, they had a booth set up there, and you can get AMSOIL products at Ionia Outdoors. Good group of people over there. And if you want to be able to take advantage of all the savings at jmsynthetics.com, just go to the website. If you need AMSOIL, they invented synthetic motor oil, all you DIY pros, and tons of other lubricants as well. Online at jmsynthetics.com. Got to see Jason Mays and his lovely better half, Trisha. We talked about racing side-by-sides. Jason has a one of those side-by-sides that, 2 seats in the front, 2 seats in the back, roll cage, big fat tires. You go like 500 miles an hour down a dusty road. I want to do that so bad. I actually want one of those. I think that could eventually happen one day where I can get a side-by-side to rip up crazy. Okay, let's talk Nazi swastika mask. Oh, boy. Of course, happened at a Walmart. Strangely enough, it happened in Minnesota, where the whole race war really kicked off with the death of George Floyd, that murder that we saw on the street, that terrible thing. So, basically we've got the strangest year ever with the pandemic, race war, everybody wearing a mask. Well, when those two things collide with stupidity, what you have is people wearing masks with Nazi swastikas on them. So red mask, white circle, a black swastika turned at an angle to it's the flag. It's a Nazi flag made to be a mask. My God. And in the video, I'll link it up in the news and in the show notes of the audio podcast. You got these two fat idiots wearing the swastika masks, but it becomes clear you have to actually read what the lady with the mask is saying to understand where she's coming from. She has this weird way of trying to rally support for Donald Trump. I'm not sure that she's actually a Nazi, but all you see is fat, ugly bitch with her fat, ugly husband putting their giant cheese ball canisters into the bag and paying for them, is that they're wearing swastikas, Nazi swastikas around their faces. Nobody knows who these people are because they're able to keep their identity So people have tried to out them. There's no outing them because no one knows who these idiots are. But so they're going through the store. They're wearing the Nazi mask. Somebody confronts them, and they say, "Yeah, you don't know why we're wearing this." "Well, I know why you're wearing this. You're a Nazi." No. We're here. We're wearing this because this is what it'll be like if Joe Biden is president. So in a weird way, they're like throwing their support for Trump by like role playing. So they're like acting that Joe Biden is going to be a Nazi. Is that what I'm understanding here? The audio that you'll hear is of the guy shooting the video. He and the chick that he's with say literally way too much, of course, because they're young. But this is how it goes. I agree. She has an illness. She's giving him the finger now. You hear another guy give her the finger back. He says, "I kill Nazis." This is so screwed up. All right. So the voices you hear, the lady and the dude saying you're sick. They're a couple of young people. They're like under 30. That's why they said literally every other word. Mueller. Okay, wait a minute. Rafaela Mueller was strolling through Walmart on Saturday morning when a brief glimpse of two other shoppers in the Marshall, Minnesota store stopped her dead in her tracks. Fighting through disbelief that nearly rendered her speechless, Mueller, 24, who was born and raised in Germany, turned to her partner and blurted out a single question. "Wait, are those people wearing swastikas on their masks?" When the young couple again encountered the man and woman who were indeed sporting bright red facial coverings that had the Nazi flag, Mueller had no trouble finding her voice. Let's see. The older pair, who were not formally identified, have since been banned from all Walmart stores for at least a year. Disgraceful, plain and simple. Tweet said, sharing a news article about the clash. "Thank you to the bystanders who stood up to this unacceptable hate-fueled behavior." Senator from Minnesota, Tina Smith, similarly denounced the pair of flaunting the hate symbol associated with the Nazis, tweeting, "This isn't us. This isn't the Minnesota I love." I just can't get over the boldness of people. The lady, let's see. The lady who was wearing the mask, that was her take. She walks slowly toward the couple while the partner briefly lifts his arms in apparent defiance and keeps unloading items from the cart. She says, "I'm trying to tell people what's going to happen in America." The man chimes in, "We're living under a socialist state." It's that old stupid thing. He's got a Trump shirt on, and it's like if you're gonna be a Trump supporter and you don't like Joe Biden, I don't think wearing the Nazi flag and hoping that people will be able to figure out what the hell you're trying to say is going to work. We can't read your mind. If that is the case, and I doubt it is. Why are you going to leave that to chance? And you can be walking around, and everybody thinks that you're a freaking Nazi. What a stupid, weirdo way to try to say that you don't want Joe Biden in office. She says, "If you vote for Biden, you're going to be living in Nazi Germany." The woman continues, referring to former Vice President Joe Biden, the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee. "That's what it's going to be like." Ignoring exclamations from the two, the woman kept arguing, telling them that socialism is going to happen here in America. We don't want you in our neighborhood, the third customer tells a woman, raising her voice. A woman shouts back, you're not getting it. I'm not a Nazi. You fucking moron. Oh, God, I don't know how people don't get beat up. Honestly, to actually be walking through with a Nazi swastika and not get beaten up is a freaking accomplishment. Whew. So, all right. This month, there have been at least 20 reports of anti-Semitic incidents nationwide. According to the Anti-Defamation League's online tracker, swastikas have appeared in some form in a majority of the cases, which range from vandalism to Zoom bombing, had that happen once, or the hacking of online gatherings taking place over video chats. So, all right, here we go. Just ridiculous. Wearing a freaking swastika into the Walmart and hoping that it works out. What is wrong with people? All right, let's lighten it up. Yesterday was a field trip for the Queen of the Forest and myself. Allison Dieters, who runs the show over at Harbor Humane, said, I want you to come out and see what we do. And I said, all right, that sounds like a plan. We got there at 11 o'clock, and there's one moment in the story that I cannot wait to tell you about, nor can I wait for you to see, because I shot video of the whole thing. Now, the idea here is record everything, produce a video, which usually takes me forever, but I think I can get this one done quite quickly, and then have it all made up and put it on YouTube. And so that's exactly what I did. And in this, you get to see at this no-kill shelter, the various dogs that are there. Some are elderly, got a few old souls that are there that are waiting your adoption. You'll be able to see them on the video. I learned in the video while we were walking through that there's not a ton of puppies, and that's a good thing, because what they're learning at places like Harbor Humane and at Harbor Humane is that people have been getting the message about getting pets spayed and neutered. So here in Michigan, that doesn't happen nearly as much. Now, in some of the more rural areas, yes, and in a lot of some states haven't quite gotten to the point like we are here with that exact same message. You go to various portions of the country, and the dogs are running everywhere. And they're not spayed or neutered, so you have new puppies showing up all the damn time. But here we seem to have a lid on that. But there's a lot of great pups that are dogs that are up for adoption at Harbor Humane. You can get more information at their website, harborhumane.org. But I did shoot video of them, and I shot a lot of video of cats, and also their setup there, what they've done to actually do this. It's a great place. I just love it. A lot of volunteer help, a lot of people working, but they saved something for me on my visit as a surprise that they wanted me to see. And I'm going to tell you about it right now. This is incredible. They have, behind the facility, outdoors, a lot of space, like trees, brush, and when you go out, there's the various outdoor enclosures when they want to give the dogs some sun. But they have a feral cat community. And over the years, they've accumulated, like if there's a feral cat in the neighborhood and it gets dropped off at Harbor Humane, they put it in the feral cat community. This is way different than an indoor domesticated cat because they can fend for themselves and they roam around outside. So it's incredible because you go out there, and what she wanted to show me was feeding time. And they bring out several big bowls of cat food. And it's like some crazy utopian cat world where they just come like flying everywhere out to the bowls. And I mean, all of a sudden you see all these faces pop up because they know it's feeding time and they're already hungry because I made them late because I was taking my time in the tour. Feeding time's supposed to be around 11. It's like 11:45. And man, this was incredible. All these cats are from everywhere. All these, you got a calico here, a gray tabby here, brown tabby. Oh, there's a Persian. Everywhere, cats. Some friendly, some hate you, but if you're, oh my God, this was great. It was so much fun. And you're just sitting there swarmed by cats everywhere. I've got it on video too. I'll be able to show it on the video when I get that thing made. So, they have hundreds of cats there. And they stay in the area. And what they do is they get the cats and they get spayed or neutered. And they just stay there because they know that they've got it made. Now, some do wander off. But I just found it so cool that this is the thing. I have no idea that this is how that they do it to ensure to keep these animals safe. Now, you know what they also do? If you're like a person, let's say you got a farm or whatever, maybe your house is over, the outside has a lot of rodents, you go there and adopt one of these bad boys. And you just put it in, they call them mousers. And these, like I had a mouser. I had a bloody bobcat face before he lost his eyes and had to be put down. You got a mouser. Oh my God! They murder. They are just effective killers around your property. So that's just something to think about. HarborHumane.org is their website. I cannot wait to put that video together for you to show you that one part. Very, very cool. Okay, we got a lot more stuff to get to. First of all, I want to mention this. If you enjoy the show on Facebook, like right now, I've got I usually have a pretty fair number for me. I mean, I'm not exactly the biggest show in the world, but I got like 39 of you watching on Facebook. So, all right, that's good enough for your old pal, Eric. But if you could, while you're on Facebook, throw me up on YouTube as well. All right? You can just get to it. Just search Eric Zane Show on YouTube. I got 9 people watching on YouTube. Let's see. I've got a Tyler saying, is the mic not connected or something? No, I think it is. Oh, boy. Let's see. Anyone? Hold on a second here. Are we getting audio? I think we're getting audio. Tom says the sound sucks. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to end the video and come back, okay? And then I'll on the audio, you won't even hear it. You'll just be like, "Hey, what happened?" So I'm going to end the video and come back with you. I have no idea what's going on. Sorry about that, folks. Thank you for the heads up.